A brand new Fox News poll shows Biden and Trump in a dead heat in the Commonwealth of Virginia. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new video, and today it is time to talk about the 2024 presidential election because everyone, a brand new poll from Fox News was just released out of the Commonwealth of Virginia, and it shows that not only is Trump doing significantly better in Virginia, but he is outright tied with Biden in the Commonwealth. Yeah, that's right. We're not talking about a 3-point shift. We're not talking about even a 4 or 5. No. If this poll is accurate, which again, it's early, things could change, who knows, but this would be a 10-point shift from 2020. Yeah, a 10-point shift in a state that for years everyone thought was gone for Republicans. But as of now, it appears that Trump is tied with Biden in Virginia. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Again, folks, all support is greatly appreciated, and yeah. Now, I do want to be clear that I am not saying for 100% certainty that Trump is going to win Virginia, or hell, even come close to winning it. But it is becoming quite apparent that at the bare minimum, according to nearly every single poll, Virginia will be much closer than it was back in 2020. That's as of now. Things could change, I understand that, but we are in June. We're not, in January anymore. No, we are in June. We're 5 months away from the election, and we're still getting polls like this out of Virginia. So let's get into it. Virginia is not widely considered a battleground state this cycle, or perhaps just not yet. After winning the state by more than 10 points 4 years ago, President Biden finds himself in a tie with former President Donald Trump, according to a new Fox News survey of Virginia registered voters. The poll, released Thursday, shows Biden and Trump with 48% each in a head-to-head matchup in the Old Dominion state. Yeah, so this isn't just Biden doing worse in the Commonwealth and Trump staying the same. No, it's a combination of Biden doing like 6 points worse, while Trump is doing 4 points better. That's a sign that, yeah, there are at least some voters that flip to Trump. This isn't just, okay, a bunch of undecideds remain, and that's why Biden is tied. No. Yes, undecideds exist in this poll. That's not a question, but Trump is still tied with Biden, and even with those undecided voters, do you really think that every single one of them is going to break for Biden? Maybe a large chunk of them, sure. But even in that case, if that all of them vote for Biden by some miracle, let's say, fine, they actually all vote Biden, that would still be a 6-point shift from 2020. Biden gets strong backing for black voters, suburban women, and college-educated voters. While Biden leads among black voters, it is nowhere near where he was in 2020, according to the Fox News voter analysis. In 2020, Biden won blacks by 81 points, compared to 48 points in the new survey. Trump nearly triples his share among black voters, 9% in 2020 to 25% today. I gotta be clear about this. I still have my doubts about Trump doing this much better with black voters. I just still think that the polls are overstating how much better he's gonna do with black voters. But at the same time, if Trump is really at 25% of the black vote, that would explain why he's doing so much better in Virginia. It really would, because people make it sound like that Virginia is just DC. Yes, you got the northern suburbs of DC. I understand that, but Virginia is still a very southern state, demographically at least. Culturally, all of it is a southern state. And Biden doing this much worse with black voters is a disaster. It's like Georgia. If he does that much worse with black voters, there would be no way in hell he would win Georgia. And the only reason that he would win Virginia, let's just assume that somehow Biden only gets 75% with the black vote, which I still have my doubts about. If that somehow happens, Biden's doing just good enough with the white vote in Virginia to win. It's not like in Georgia or, say, South Carolina, where Trump wins like, what, 60 to 70% of the white vote? That doesn't happen in Virginia. He wins like, according to this poll actually, 54%. If Trump was getting Georgia margins with the white vote, yeah, Trump would probably win Virginia. I'm not saying he will, but that's the reality of it. If the white vote was more Republican, this 25% of the black vote would be effectively a deal breaker in Virginia. there would be no way Biden could win. You can't lose 25% of the black vote and lose the white vote by like 20 points. That would make Virginia a Republican state again. Again, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that's the reality of the state. There is no age gap, as voters under 30 and those 65 and over split their support, which, again, I'm surprised about. But this is a consistent trend we're seeing in the polls. Trump is doing way better with the young vote, but at the same time, especially compared to the other demographics, Trump is doing pretty bad with the old vote, and there's multiple reasons for why that's happening. The biggest reason, in my opinion, is this isn't the same senior vote from 20 years ago. The senior vote now, they're the hippies from the 60s. You know, so it's like, yeah, they're going to be more Democrat. They're going to be more liberal. They're not the same ones from 20 years ago that a large chunk of them fought in World War II. That's the reality of it. Plus, you can argue COVID made a lot of these voters shift Democrat. So that's why Trump is doing a lot worse compared to other demographics with the old vote. COVID and the fact that these are not the same senior voters. A potential five-way race is tight in Virginia as well, with Biden leading Trump by just 1 point, 42% to 41%, followed by RFK at 9%, Cornel West at 2%, and Jill Stein at 2%, which I find very strange because you would think in Virginia, RFK, Cornel West, etc. being on the ballot would give Trump the state. If he really is tied with Biden, theoretically, it should hurt Biden more. But as of now, it's not. In fact, it's actually hurting Trump a little bit. That's according to Fox News, but there's been other polls that demonstrate that, hey, in states like Virginia, even Minnesota, we saw the same thing. RFK, West, and Stein, they're actually hurting Trump just a little bit more. And I do believe that that's because Biden physically cannot do much worse in these states. His numbers are already so bad that he's already lost virtually every single voter he can lose. That's just my opinion. I think there's some legitimacy to it because we're seeing these polls come out, and yeah, in states like Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, even states like Georgia, RFK hurts Biden more than Trump, but states like Minnesota and Virginia, he hurts Trump more than Biden. So there is some legitimacy to the claim that I'm making. As of now, none of the third-party candidates asked in the survey are on the ballot in Virginia. While Trump loses slightly more support to Kennedy than Biden when the race expands, it levels out because Biden loses more support to West and Stein than Trump, which is expected. So, either way, it's only a 1 point difference. So, either way, you know, even with RFK and others on the ballot, it's not going to impact the race that much. But if it really is this close, yeah, it could potentially prevent Trump from winning Virginia. But the fact that either way, Biden is doing much worse than even Clinton did back in 2016. Hell, I think this is worse than Obama back in 2012. So, with that in mind, it doesn't matter when you include the independent candidates. If you don't include them, this is a disaster for Biden. Virginia is a must-win state for Biden, so a tight race here is going to require some serious defense for the campaign to hold it, says Democrat pollster Chris Anderson, who conducts a Fox News poll for Republican Darren Shaw. Yeah, a Democrat pollster said this, and that's the thing with Fox News polls. They're conducted by both Democrat and Republican pollsters. This isn't just, oh, it's Fox News, so therefore it's going to be biased towards Republicans. It's actually quite the opposite. There's a bunch of polls from back in 2020 where they overstated Biden significantly. So the argument that it's Fox News, therefore it's not legitimate, is bullshit. Because not only does Fox have a history of overstating Democrats, but they have a Democrat pollster running the survey. Nearly 6 in 10 voters say they are holding steady financially or getting ahead. That's compared to 40% who feel they are falling behind. Those getting ahead / holding steady favor Biden by 32 points, while those falling behind back Trump by 46 points. And people can understand that just because people are saying they're holding steady financially, that doesn't mean they think the economy is going great. It just means, okay, I'm not going bankrupt. I'm not behind on my mortgage payments. That's what it means. Like, okay, the bare minimum, I'm doing just fine. The fact that only 16% are saying they are getting ahead financially, is pathetic. While 40% are saying they are falling behind. That's 40% of people saying, yeah, I might go bankrupt in a month. You know, people are saying, I'm behind on my mortgage. All of that. It's not good to have 40% of people saying that. That should be a lot lower, and it was during the Trump administration. Still, more voters say Trump would better handle the economy than Biden by 12 points. Trump's advantage is even larger on immigration/border security, where voters think he'd do better by 17 points. He also does well on the Israel-Hamas war. Biden's preferred on the other issues tested. Climate change, Biden better by 18 points, abortion plus 11, election integrity plus 10, and healthcare plus 8. But those issues no one gives a shit about. No one in the year of 2024, except partisan Democrats, care about the issue of climate change. No one cares about that. And abortion? Another issue that's pulling at like, what, 5% for people that actually care about it? Election integrity? Whoop-de-doo, who cares? Healthcare, again, that's an issue for Democrats. But the three big issues, immigration, the economy, and you could say foreign policy, Trump is absolutely killing Biden. Not by 2 points. He's winning the issue of immigration by 17. Winning the issue of the economy by 12. Israel-Hamas war by 10. These are not small leads. Especially for issues that a large chunk of people are saying are the #1 issue for this election. On May 31st, Trump was found guilty of the New York hush money case. All survey interviews were conducted after the verdict was rendered. And I forgot to mention that. This was right after the verdict. This isn't, part of the survey was right before, so you could say the sample is wrong. Well, now, this was after the fact. So therefore, this should be the best possible poll for Biden. 2/3 of Virginians say Trump's conviction won't matter to their vote, including just over half who say it won't matter at all. 1/3 say the conviction will matter a great deal or some to their vote. These voters preferred Biden by 41 points. In other words, a bunch of partisan Democrats that they're going to vote against Trump no matter what. And they're saying, yeah, we care so much about this conviction that we're going to vote for Biden. Who cares? Who cares if Democrats think Trump's conviction's a great deal and that's going to make them vote? They already were going to vote no matter what. People got to understand that. This trial, as of now, and at this point in time, it's not going to change anything. As of now, it still hasn't changed a damn thing. Views of both Biden and Trump are in negative territory. Biden's underwater by 14 points, while Trump is under by 12. In Virginia, Trump has a better favorability than Biden. In the Commonwealth of Virginia, a Democrat state just 4 years ago? Yeah. As of now, Trump has a better favorability than Biden. Back in 2020, the same question, Biden won this issue by like 30 points or something. He had like a net favorability of like 10 points or whatever. But now it's negative 14 points. And this is Virginia. This should be more favorable for Biden. But it isn't. It's actually worse than Trump's. Either way, things can change. I understand that we are in June, but at this point in time, we have been saying the same thing for months. If Trump is really tied with Biden right now, more than likely, when we get to, say, October, it might shift towards Biden a little bit, but it really looks like, yeah, Trump is going to do significantly better in Virginia compared to 2020. But we just got to see what happens. Things could theoretically change, but at this point in time, I'm not seeing it. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.